All of my friends are going to watch this after the fact. Welcome, thanks for watching. We're going to scroll through some music today and just talk about some stuff. For now, I got to dip to the washroom real quick. So, cheers, join me in a couple seconds, and we'll get this show on the road. Obviously, the copyright gods are going to hate the fact that I'm using copyright music, but we'll deal with that later. Maybe we'll just switch that up just for the sake of it. Because, yeah. All of my friends that are here, early fans. Sorry about that. Longer intro than I anticipated. Just rolling some copyright-free music to begin with. Well, hello on a Saturday or a Sunday, depending on where you are. Hopefully everybody's doing well. Conversation today is up to the audience. Should have put that in the title, but I don't think anybody reads the title. So it is what it is. The system, Arendal 1723 THX towers. These are the largest in the 1723 series. These are not book-card audio subs. I just like to put the book-card audio name in the picture. SVS SB1000 Pro. And Buckeye Audio Purify Module amplifiers. Monoblock amplifiers. 250 into 8, 500 into 4, roughly. Speakers are 4 ohms, so the amps are capable of putting out up to 500 watts. Super, super clean, low distortion. SVS subs are tuned in stereo, left and right, or left and right, however you want to do it, to the Hegel P20 preamp. The preamp is analog only. I am running the Weem Pro Plus as a streamer into the preamp, and the preamp has XLR to the amps, RCA to the subs, and the subs are stereo output. The crossovers are managed internally, and I'm just streaming on Spotify just to begin with. Just as we start to roll out, I don't even really know what to say today. I'm a little bit of a loss. The world has been so much serious stuff happening in the world lately. You know, everybody's got a point of view and a side and a tribe, and you know, everybody's fighting for something or fighting just to. Alexa, and Ambrose is here. Hello, welcome. I see you in the chat. You see me in the mirror. That's what the mirror is for. A number of people have asked me, like, why do you have a mirror in front of your system? That's pretty fucking weird. I'm like, well, no, it's not, because I use it for communicating and being animated on stream, as well as showcasing the back of the amp. Actually, I have stands there. Let me just move the stands out of the way. Don't think that's going to affect the sound, but if it does affect the sound, they're both in the same spot, so it'll be even. So anyways, there's that. So welcome to everybody. Saturday again, we're just going to talk about whatever. Sounds of music choices. Maybe I can do a playlist reveal. Do the discovery playlist. How about we do that? Get my laptop over here. Listen to some music all together. It's the best that I can do from this angle. Hold on, can't really see the speakers though, can we? Is that good? Is everybody satisfied with that? You want to do a higher angle? And then angle this one down. There we go. So you can see the system and you can see the playlist. Cool. System is turned down right now. Where is the discovery list? I like doing discovery playlist because then I find a lot of new music, and I wouldn't normally find a lot of music otherwise. So this is a good way to actually find out what's on the suggestion playlist, add some new stuff for 2025 and 26. Audio shows are coming up. There's Capital Audio Fest, New York show, the Toronto Audio Fest, CES will be in January. Then there's another show in Vegas in January. February, the Florida show. March, the Montreal show. April is the Expona show. Then there is Vienna. The HiFi Munich is now changed. It will be in Vienna instead. I don't know what's going on with that, but probably has to do with politics, because it doesn't everything have to do with politics. Anyways, lots of audio shows. This is why I like finding a new playlist so I can listen to some new music. So let's do them in order from the top to the bottom. This will take about a half hour. So for those who are interested, you have to scroll through about 30 or so seconds at a time, and then I'll give my impressions of what the songs sound like as we go along. It's not going to sound good on YouTube because obviously it's compressed. It's audio over the internet. It's only being recorded through a phone, and even then it's not being recorded in stereo. So this isn't for sound quality's sake. Any questions anybody has, go ahead and put it in the comments. If you're watching on a TV and you can't comment, then I wish you would watch on a tablet or a phone. You could comment. If you're not subscribed and you find the video, then consider it. I'm almost at 2,000 subscribers. I don't know, as of right now, maybe I'm at 2,000. Let's check it out. I look to my YouTube studio and there's the subscriber count. We're not quite at 2,000, but I would really appreciate if we did get there. But more than that, I appreciate those who come and comment. The comments and the community mean more to me than the subscriber count. If you're talking to me, then that's important. Okay, let's hit the first song. I'll turn up the system. We'll see what this is all about. Bill Lawrence. Michael League. Wish You Were Here. Interesting sort of sounds. It's really windy outside, so I'm getting some static in the background, but it's not. It's not from in the system. Interesting. It's quite breezy. It's pulling air through my building. I like this. The recording quality here is really good. Sounds very much like a soundtrack. This is nice. Okay, switch it up. Lo-Fi Labs. This is probably a relaxing song. Yeah, this is like one of those auto tunes that just, you know, you put on in the background and that's it. Let me see if I can get the camera angle wider. No. I want to use my other lens. God damn it. YouTube. All right. This is Lo-Fi Labs. Not a very entertaining track. We're going to move on to the next one. Sundance. Another one. Snazzy. Also sounds down-tempo. Could be jazzy, though. To be honest, looking at the song list, they could all be very down-tempo this week. Very chillax sort of vibes this week. Garrett Friedrichson. Ooh, H-O-S-O-H-N. Cool. That's a cool spelling. Where is that from? Yeah, this is very chillax vibes today. We might do the release radar too if enough people stick around. I'm only doing a couple seconds per song. We're going to skip through them pretty quickly. I know you can't see what they are. I'm going to try to read them off as best I can. This is Samu, S-A-M-U-W, Camaro. Lots of bass. Almost too much bass on that, actually. Very chill vibes. Almost all of these songs are chilled vibes. I don't know. I might not want to stick to this list. I sort of want the music to be entertaining. I don't really want to go through a whole bunch of down-tempoed, like, sleepy songs, because it's boring. Yeah, another slow one. Ambion and Filion, Before You Leave. This is also down-tempo. If these are all down-tempo, I'm going to switch to the next list. Yeah. Anyways, we're going to skip this one. We're going to go on to my release radar playlist. This should be a little bit more entertaining. So we're just going to hit this one. This is D. Brown. Finesse radio version. This guitar artist. This song's actually much more entertaining. If anybody wants to know the details of the system, it should be listed in my profile. I'm not really sure if it is or not. I should be updating every video with the same information, but every other video has me talking about all this stuff, so I feel like if I'm doing it, I'm repeating myself. Pretty decent song. Low Light Union. This is Restless Soul. Nice jazzy tune. Sounds like it's live recorded. A little bit of something for everyone coming in here. All right, let's skip it up. This is Backup, the audio remix. This is definitely a drum and bass tune, so it's going to be a completely different vibe. This is Clicks and Grim Sickers. Lots more energy in this song. If you've got subwoofers, now's the time. Oh, it's definitely a bit of energy on this one. Yeah, that's more like it. Yeah, definitely more energy on that tune. I think we're awake now. All right, let's check this one out. This is by Truth, Secret Society, something we could probably all relate to looking at the news lately. Everybody in the news manipulating things, the banks, the media, the dialogue, the ideas. Everybody out there to fuck around with something. I don't get it. I wish they would just calm down. Oh, interesting. Interesting vibe on this one. Arad is here. What's going on? This is Truth. This is Secret Society. Check it out. Lots of bass on this tune. Lots and lots of bass on this tune. I don't know if we believe in secret societies. Let's check out the next one. Fund Case, Persist.
It's something that's never been seen before. 27 floors of premiere on a complex of luxury high-rises in downtown LA. One of the areas is a jaw-dropping sight.
More dubstep. Let's go.
The evolution of yet another gang on the street.
Yeah, this is Funk Case. Funk Case is he's like a dubstep DJ. You know, they make a lot of really cool songs. One of those masked artists. We're gonna do a little bit of each song, and then we're gonna skip through them.
Terminated on site.
Not really my favorite sound. No, not my favorite sound. It's too noisy for me. Stuff like that comes in, you get all these like screechy, weird sort of sounds. It's like, it's too heady sounding. Too spicy for me. This one's by Mad Zach. Pretty good bass. Got to admit, it's not really hi-fi per se, but it's pretty good. I didn't come on today really with any kind of idea of what I'm doing. It's still early in the day, so I'm just here listening to music, sharing, being online. Feel free to ask any kinds of questions you want, any hi-fi related questions. If you're not in a position to comment in the stream and you're watching on a TV, then welcome, thank you for watching, and then maybe tune in later and leave a comment somewhere. Alright, skip it up. Bonebreaker by Excision Sullivan King. I think this song's gonna have a lot of energy too. Mostly dubstep, I think. Judging by the artists.
Sullivan King, Kyle Watchy, and Excision, you already know what's about to go down, motherfucker.
Now the reason why I like some of these songs, not so much for the bass, but some of the textures. The texture in the sounds are what's exciting. Otherwise, they sound roughly the same, most of them. But the textures and the way that they manipulate things sounds a little bit cool. It's not bad, it's really slow. Yeah, it's crunchy too. That's enough. Ooh, Fine Print. This guy I know from Instagram and Facebook. He's an AI artist, AI image creation, content creator. Obviously, he's a music producer. And I've known some of his music, so I started getting them in my not my news feed, but my suggestion list based on the fact that I looked them up from Instagram. So shout out to Fine Print.
Let me tell you something, kid.
This is cute.
In this town.
All right. This one's called Cooked. Liquid Stranger, another sort of like dubsteppy sort of artist. Prob Cause. This has got some nice bass to it already, I can tell.
Coming in hot like butter on a biscuit, all up in the mix like biscuit. This shit way too hot, had to flip it. Oh no, might have just burned my tongue. I've been in the kitchen, serving up dishes, eat it all up, don't leave no crumbs. Young, know I had to feed the fam. Never growing up like Peter Pan, always on point like Captain Hook.
Interesting sort of sound, a little bit bouncy. Almost past the intro. Drop. Pretty steady beat there, crunchy. Lots of bass though. Definitely a lot of bass on that one. Alright, let's change it up. We're gonna listen to Gala by XG. Now XG's been kind of like in and out of the media and the Korean Japanese sort of girl band space. I appreciate their singing and the production. Their producer does really well with some of their production. I haven't followed all of their stuff completely, only the more recent stuff. And some of it's hit or miss, to be honest. I don't like all their music, but some of the singing is really nice. Interesting sort of sound. It's different. It's different for XG. There's the singing. It's Let's wait for the chorus. Oh, it's just a musical chorus. Nah. Alright, this is Daniel Vildsola and John Waugh. Wow. Okay, I'm gonna butcher those names. I don't know what that is. Let me hold on. Character of Place. This actually sounds really well recorded. Pretty cool sound. See how it goes. It's got a country vibe to it, but you don't get much saxophone in country. Vilda Sola is a Mexican-American recording artist, guitarist, composer. Thrives in noir-esque, enigmatic spaces. Whatever the hell that fucking means. I swear to God, people use words just to make something sound fancy when it isn't. Same thing with the media. A lot of people in the media use words so much, and in reviews they use so many different technical words, and brands love making up all kinds of acronyms for shit just to make it sound more technical, even though it isn't. It's easily fool people who don't know what it is just by using fancy words. This is well recorded. I like this. I'm gonna add this to my lists. This will go in my HiFi 2025 list. Let's move on. Canary Motion. This one's glazy morning. That gives me 3 different ideas, none of which are very safe. Again, welcome my friends. Anybody who's joined in has been here for a while. It's a bit early on a Saturday. I realize a lot of people are probably busy. I have another live coming up after 7 p.m. tonight. After 7 p.m. tonight, I'll be live from my desk. I'm going to be talking about Fosse audio. I had the Fosse audio here for a little bit. And I want to talk about what happened. I did a live a little while ago. The unboxing. This is streamed on the 13th, so this is already available. And I want to revisit the topic. And I'm going to do a live later on today. So let me see if I can bring up the video live. Let me see. It's scheduled for later on today, but I don't know if it's going to show up. I don't see it anywhere here. It is scheduled for later, so I don't know what's up with that. It is on my StreamYard though, that's for sure. I don't know why it doesn't show up here now. Let's go through a couple more of these. This is David Margam. David Margam? Marum? I don't know. One more chance. Another great recording. I like this. Fastest way to find new songs is just look through an algorithm. Let the system figure it out for you. Great guitar work. All right, let's check out Mike Dawes. Live recording. This guy is an incredible guitarist. Audio Tree live version. So much reverb on this song. there's so much reverb on this live recording. Wow. It's Mike Dawes, by the way. All right, we're gonna switch it up. Squire Talk by Villanova. I don't know if anybody's a metal fan, but this one's into the heavy metal genre. It's gonna kick in a little bit into the song here. Hopefully you enjoy it. It is gonna kick in pretty heavy. I'll give you a warning, heads up. Actually, the next 4 or 5 songs are going to be heavy metal. Interesting sort of vocal manipulation on the top of this one. Yeah, it hits like a truck. Yeah, Villanova coming in pretty hard. President, here's another band that just kind of came out of nowhere this last little while. They got a lot of notoriety. Pretty much out of nowhere, never really played shows, nobody really heard of them before. They started headlining right away. A lot of speculation is the band had a lot of industry help right from the beginning, so now they're almost at a million monthly listeners. So it's definitely sort of like a interesting situation for a band to come out of nowhere and get like a lot of fame. I'll wait for the chorus to kick in. That's okay. Another heavy metal song. This one's going to be a little bit heavier than the rest of them. This band is known for being absolutely crazy. So another fair warning. This one gets a little bit nuts. This is Synestia. Some of my really hardcore metal fans are gonna like this one. Some of my HiFi friends are probably gonna turn off. Not quite Meshuggah. I have Meshuggah, but not yet. This one's Synestia. There you go. Down to 2 viewers from 7. I knew people weren't going to stick around for this. Yeah, I'm gonna come back to that one. So this is Dead Air Divine, Lee McKinney, and Titan. This is a guitarist from Born of Osiris. It's most likely going to be instrumental, but I'm not sure. Let's just skip that one. We've had metal for a little bit now. This one is Getter and Dead Hippie called Scully. So this was going to be a little bit more like dubstep. Warpath knows his metal. Thank you, my friend, for commenting that during a metal track. I appreciate people knowing the what's what. Ooh, that's got a lot of subwoofer kick in it. Wow. Wow. Okay, so the song has been playing for maybe... The singing started maybe 10 seconds ago, and I've heard them use the N-word 5-6 times. It's absolutely fucking retarded. This one's Cannonball by Emperor, the remix. Noisia Face, Emperor. Noisia is like #1 in the drum and bass world. They just released version 8 of the remixes album. Really, really good stuff. So we only have 5 more songs to go. Hang out with me for a bit. We'll chat after. Let's see what Emperor does with this one.
I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen.
Very few people will know the movie reference for that dialogue. Oh, holy fuck. Woo. Oh, that one's going straight into my fucking playlist. Oh my god. Oh, that's a good one. God damn. Oh, I really like that tune. That's exciting. Warpath is all about the metal, but critical when it comes to something else. That's a weak personality, my friend. Just anything that you don't like, it's better to just say nothing rather than say that it doesn't, you don't like it. It's called maturity and tolerance. Here's Five Finger Death Punch with Baby Metal. I think I heard a little bit of this earlier. This sounds actually pretty good. It was mixed really well, and Baby Metal's probably been like starting to team up with a lot of bands to legitimize their not even really to legitimize the band. Baby Metal was always really good. It's just people have this really big stick up their ass about what they like and don't, and it's like they didn't get on board until like Zach from oh fuck, where's Zach from now? You know, Black Sabbath. Where else is Zach from? Oh my god, I can't remember his last name now. Zach Wild from Black Sabbath. I think he was playing with Pantera for a while. When he started supporting the band, a lot of other bands jumped in. Then people started accepting Baby Metal, but they've been good since the beginning. People are just like, oh, this sucks, I don't like it. Ah. So this isn't a remix, this is actually like a new Black Label Society. That's the one, Black Label, BLS, right. That's where Zach Wild is probably originally from. I know that he did play with other bands, so I totally forgot about that. Fuck, I don't know how I forgot that name. Alright, moving on. We got a couple more songs here we're going to get out of it. 1, 2, 3. One of them is drum and bass. Brandon Lau is like a sort of like a trailer sort of producer. Kenny Beats is probably going to be drum and bass-ish. Then Matt Zoe is going to be dance music, and then of course Tom McDonald, Charlie, an amazing tribute to the guy. You know, no one in the world really deserves to lose their life just for speaking. That's not an egregious offense. Speaking is not a big deal. Actions are a really big deal. Really sad. Anyways, I think this song is just sound effects. Yeah, birds in nature. Yeah, that's fucking great. Thank you. Renee LeVice. We're gonna leave it on till the drop, and then I'm gonna switch it. I normally like LeVice. His record label has a lot of really good songs. I usually love what he has. See what he does. Four songs left. Ooh, club banger. Yeah, I like that one too. All right, let's check out Brandon Lau. This is I think it's like a soundtrack soon for something he's called Spliced. Various artists. So this is like a soundtrack for this album. It's really interesting. There's some cool textures in this. It's not much of a song per se, but it's got some eerie, sort of creepy sounds in it. It's got to be like a horror movie. Yeah, kind of boring to listen to like this though. So Kenny Beats, Moody Good. This is probably going to be drum and bass or dubstep or something like that. So we'll give it a couple of minutes. I shouldn't say minutes. I mean 30 seconds ish. We'll see what happens. Oh, it's only a minute 47 long. Okay, that's weird. And it's for a soundtrack also. Interesting. Skip. Matt Zoe. This is probably going to be some dance music. One more song to go. One more song, and then we'll just do some chatting, and then I'll get out of here. No Torture Killer? No, I haven't. I can look it up. $8,000 monthly listeners. They don't have any new music. They have no new music as of 2013, 2022. Why? What happened to the band? All right, just out of curiosity, sounds exactly like Sepultura, early Sepultura. And a little bit like Slayer. Yeah, it's interesting. All right, we're going to go back to the last song on the playlist. This one is going to be controversial for some people, but I don't give two flying fucks. Not here for controversy. The whole idea is that everybody in the world as a human being appreciates freedom.
Shot down and he was barely 31. Another woke coward took a life with a gun. He left behind a wife and a daughter and a son. All he did was try to speak for all of us. And I'm so tired of the hatred and the narratives. The patriots ain't dangerous, woke people are the terrorists. They shot and killed the father, sent a message to Americans. They ain't gonna stop until they bury us. Dear Charlie, I don't know if you can see us now, but if heaven has a window, I sure hope you're looking down. Cause we ain't going quiet, we gon' scream your name loud. And you're gone, but I swear to God that we gon' make you proud. We ain't backing off or giving up, I'll preach what you taught me. They may have killed a soldier, but that man had an army. This is far more deep than some political parties. And you can't kill freedom, so this one is for Charlie. This ain't the America that all our parents love, but good men try to keep making it great.
Yeah, this is it's not about the who. Like this, the name doesn't even matter at this point. The principle behind some of these things is way deeper. It's like your ability to say what you'd like to say to represent who you are as a human being, and then not worry about things like this going on. That's what this message is for. And we've been dealing with it as human beings since the beginning of fucking time. And people are just, so incredibly weak and fragile that they got to do something like that in order to make a difference. It's shitty. We don't live in much of a civilized community anymore. People are weak and fragile and they don't know what to do with themselves. That's the world. The world is full of incredibly weak-minded people, and their only means of doing something about it is to act like, I don't know. I don't even know what they act like. They act like animals. What else can you say? I mean, that's the world. They have a YouTube, right? They give us a platform to say what we'd like to say. Of course, there are certain moral rules, like you should not do certain things in terms of inciting behavior. I mean, you can incite good behavior, but society in large would vote and recommend that you don't incite negative behavior. Now, negative behavior is dictated by whatever voting body and whatever social consensus is in the network, right? Like certain things are, they are deemed unsafe or inappropriate based on the consensus. So by those standards, they're, like we know what those things are. It's just, it blows my mind that people are just so fragile that they can't deal with something that they don't like. And when they don't like it, they freak out instead of knowing how to handle it. It's so weird. David Johnson, welcome and thank you for commenting. He says, right, and that always shifts and changes. And that is the underlying manipulation that we are all being subjected to. It doesn't really matter if you're this fan, this background, that background, where you come from over here, where you come from over there. Maybe it matters when you have the concept of like elite families because they're not in the same game. Maybe that's true. I mean, we have this intuitive sort of sense of something like that happening where, say, if you're on the inside in the industry, right? This is a HiFi channel. I do talk about psychology as well as things like that are related, because everything is sort of music related in a way. Music is generated by artists. Artists are human beings that deal with life. Life is generated by lots of different circumstances and situations. We all have a psychology, and where therefore everything that is on the channel is sort of related. And to say that, yeah, it's what I call moving the goalpost, right? Like we have tariffs now that are moving prices up and down and back and forth. There's so much uncertainty. You don't know what the fuck do you do. Are you saving money? Do I do this? Do I put it in savings? Do I put it in stocks? Do I buy this? Do I buy that? Is it the right time now? What's this company going to do later? Should I buy it now, or is it going to be cheaper later? The uncertainty makes people crazy. And obviously they're going to act out on crazy. Okay. I get that too. Like, that's a big problem. But we have that everywhere. Everybody is dealing with that same thing. We all have to figure out how to navigate through that. So like with my gear, I have the Hagel P20 now, and I picked this up from the brand a little while ago because I wanted to demo a new preamp, and I got rid of my Rotel unit for a while. I didn't have the unit. I tried out some basic stuff, and then I eventually decided to say, hey, I want to check out Hagel. It's always sounded really great. Turns out some of the technology that I really like about Hagel is the feedback. Their sound engine, their feedback system, that's actually part of the amplifier section. So in a preamp, it's not really applicable. Kind of wish it was, because I really love that sound. But this sounds really great with my amps. Now that's something. I'm a fan of that. But that comes at the like price points and where I'm going to get something I value. With tariffs going on and where I'm buying from, if I buy something from the States now, the States has all this import-export sort of problem. And it's like going back to the agreement there, that things about policy and rules and regulation and consensus and social norms, and like, you have to wear a mask, you have to stand apart. Now you don't have to wear a mask. Now we're not standing apart, and this is going to work. Now, no, this is going to work. And now this is recommended, but this is being suppressed. And then if you say this, you'll get in shit. And then if you say this, now you're a liar. It's like, Jesus Christ. Every time you turn on the media, you've got 20 different kinds of outlets of people in HiFi too. This is good, this is bad, I like this, look at these measurements, look at that measurement, this guy's a shill, this guy works with the company, this... It's crazy. How are we ever supposed to make decisions when there's all of this stuff going on? And we just want to have some peace and some nice music and figure out what we want to do with the future. That's all everybody really wants. You know, the few really, heavily manipulated people might want to watch the world burn. Some people have radical ideas because of whatever it is, but most people just want peace. They want stability. They want to enjoy their life, whatever that may be. That's the majority of people. And everywhere around us, like there's a quote about, everywhere, humans are free of their chains, but everywhere in shackles, or free of, I don't know what that quote was, but it's like, there's so many influences for advertising, for prices, for availability, for this review, this account, that report, this magazine, this person, that person. And it's the same in like all kinds of news, if it's country versus this or religion versus that, or there's so much division and advertising and manipulation into just dividing things, and this versus that, and it's all predicated on the idea that, like I said, most people just want peace and they want to enjoy their life. Meanwhile, it's like you're facing a this versus that war every time you turn the TV on. It's incredible how much noise is in media. So I come in here every once a week, and I like sharing music, and I like talking to some friends. Speaking of, Carmine's here. Greetings, busy weekend, peace and stability, and do not forget to be curious. Yes, curiosity is definitely one of those things. Curiosity's adventures don't seem like peace, because sometimes, like, you break eggs, you can make scrambled eggs, you can make an omelet. Sometimes you use eggs in cake. Some people would see breaking eggs as destruction because you're taking life away from future chickens. Unless, of course, you cook with ostrich eggs. But the point is, curiosity has a pathway to discovery, and that's why I share a lot of music all the time. In a relaxing way. I don't get very political. I don't want to talk about a lot of that stuff because to me, I'm in the middle of everything because I can empathize as a mature human being. I can empathize with both and all sides of things. I can see how the situations throughout history have pushed or forced peoples into different areas over either ideas, land, resources. It's always the same story. We're just human beings. We ended up having different beginnings, right? It's nobody's fucking fault. You get born and then everything happens to you. You're a baby and then you're forced into life. Everyone starts basically the same. Yeah, there's a lot of study to suggest that some life over time has some things that are built in or innate traits. Yeah, maybe that's true. That's besides the point. You know, and we can choose, just like I can choose my preamp, my DAC, my amps, my speakers in a hobby, in a micro world, like we're safe. This is actually one of those like, caught you. We're in this microcosm in a hi-fi world, but it's like, it's a projection of a bigger world. We have relative choice, a luxury in choice in hi-fi to choose how the system works. But as a human being in the world, a lot of the times those choices and opportunities, they're very limited. And no matter what you do, you have to sort of not fight, but you have to focus on whatever opportunities are available and get the most out of them, because like it goes back to peace and just enjoying life. All human beings want the same. So Carmine's saying music is a beautiful thing. It is the language of the soul and of the universe. It's most mathematical. It's most universally appreciated. Even without words and dialogue, music can be appreciated. It's the words and the meaning that get injected into us by media, by news, by tradition, by stories, by communal, you know what I mean? Like the meanings and the sentiment of a story it's injected into us, and it's up to us to kind of navigate through that. God, like I almost wanted to give up on media because there's so much noise. Like, it's so ironic to be in hi-fi as a hobby, to want to reduce the noise in your system as best as possible, right? Like that's our audiophile journey, is to seek the lowest noise in the system and have the purest signal as possible. Take that same philosophy in hi-fi and reducing noise and having true to source as possible, not topping anymore. I have the Hegel preamp now. G Schaefer's here and topping's not. Topping was the other preamp. It's Hegel now. But take that philosophy of reducing noise, which is what I would call improper, inaccurate, misleading, rhetorical, and manipulative messaging in media and news, as well as traditions and religion. Some of that stuff could be manipulative too. That's the noise. The pure to signal is like our human innate ability to recognize what is moral, what is good as a human being for all human beings, utilitarian, more than utilitarian. That's a reductionist sort of viewpoint on not the human condition, but like, I don't know. G Schaefer's asking, is it better? Yeah, the Hegel is better. The Hegel's got more dynamics. slightly tweaky volume controls. I talked to Anders from Hagel about the volume control. He says it works like a digital control. It's sort of like a digital to analog kind of attenuator, volume attenuator, but the algorithm slopes really quickly. So you turn the dial and it's like it moves fast at first and then rolls off. So the slope is a little weird. So I don't really like that too much. And then when you play with it really quickly, you get a little bit of sound in the controls, but you don't notice it with the remote, only if you're moving it quickly. But yeah, I like it. It's pure analog, no DAC. I don't have to worry about any of that in the future, so it's a nice unit. It's slightly more noisy than the topping for whatever reason, and I don't know why. I don't know why the Hagel unit at almost like $4,500 has a small amount of noise when it just turns on. Small a bit of hiss. Less than the Rotel, but more than the topping, and the topping is $450 with a resistor ladder volume control. So it's good. It's not audible at a distance. You don't hear it when you're turning anything on. It doesn't raise with the volume. It's just a very low background noise. So if you're far from the speakers, you've got a higher noise floor in the room, you'll never hear it. My speakers are 92 dB sensitive. That could have something to do with it. So if you're running something like 87, 88, you might not hear it. At 92 dB, I'm reaching really far into the music and the signal. So, yeah. But yeah, it's nice. But anyways, to try and close the point, if we apply the audiophile sort of journey and reducing noise and increasing purity of signal, we're talking about not listening to all of the noise in the media and all the bullshit that people talk about, and from people that we don't even know. Like, who knows what they know? Like, what makes anybody qualified to have these statements, opinions, that kind of thing? G. Schaefer saying, amen, peace out, have a great weekend, thanks for commenting. I do appreciate the comments. That means more to me than just being part of things. The commenting and communicating, as we are social animals, is really what it's all about. Our ability to talk and speak about content, topics, it's important. Reducing the noise, man. If I speak from my opinion, I shouldn't make it sound like it's fact. If I have a point of view and I'm trying to persuade someone, this all goes back to a matter of like just maturity, right? If you're not raised in environments where dialogue and discourse is encouraged and learned from, and you don't learn how to understand that people will manipulate you with words, if you don't learn that when you're young, you don't learn how to navigate through conversation, you don't learn the art of people, you can get really fucked up. People can, they will say some things that will hurt you, that will manipulate you, that will deceive you. You'll fall for a lot of lies. You have to learn what it is that's going on in the world. This is the noise. This is the noise of society versus like the noise in your system. But we learn so much about what causes noise in HiFi, but we don't know how to avoid the noise in society. Man. I don't know. It's sort of backwards, You need to be able to just recognize, sit back, relax, do our best. Do our best in the world. Try to do best by our friends, and hopefully bring people to more enjoyment. Yeah. Anyways, that's more than an hour and 5 minutes ish. We, just as a recap, we navigated a bit through some new songs. We chatted a little bit there about the world and what it's like out there. You know, everybody out there is trying to get your attention for one thing or another, and just be careful, you know. In the media and the news and in advertising, they're all trying to get your money. They're all trying to get your viewership. Every click and view goes into the algorithm, which builds the money. Advertising is a massive, massive business. Advertising's purpose is to draw in sales. So anything that they can do for sales, I mean, think about how it was with like the beginning of LGBT. Is it LGBT? It was LGB to begin with. That's it. 3 letters. That's all we had to begin with. T also, I guess, is technically a thing. But think about how businesses folded, agreed, and supported all of that. They put up flags, they put up colors, they put up banners. People put up shit on Facebook. Everything was represented. Every group wants to be represented, and if you don't represent them, then you get canceled. That's not free speech and expression. That's manipulation. That's coercion. That's not good. It's not even really extortion to get money, but it kind of is. It falls in the same category as extortion. It's like, if you don't follow along, we're gonna do this. That's a threat. It's really weird. It's really, really weird, and that's been going on for a while. So in like HiFi reviews, not music reviews, HiFi reviews, product reviews, it's like if you say something negative, like, especially if it's untrue, of course, don't talk shit. I mean, you know, if someone in reviews is talking shit or saying something bad about a thing and it's not true, then that's a big problem. You don't want to do that. Don't speak out of turn. Don't speak like ill, and don't speak untruths about anything, really. I mean, it's one thing to express an opinion and say, I think, but it's another to sit in a position of influence in advertising and say something untrue. Like, that's not cool. So in reviews and product stuff, I mean, who do you trust? How do you trust them? It's not necessarily verified. Sure, there's measurements, there's charts, but people don't like those. Some people like measurements, some people don't. Some people, you know, like, you can't please everybody, essentially, but you don't want to say anything that's untrue. You say, I think this about it, I think that about it, I experienced this, I experienced that. That way it makes it subjective. It's very subjective. But objectively, I mean, if you say something's no good, like, say, if I said something bad about SVS, they're going to understand, because I have a relation with them. You know, Nick and Larry and some of the guys from the team know me, and they know my channel, and they know my content. So if I say something about it, they may know I'm either joking or not. I mean, I have a relationship with them. But when you're talking to strangers, and you know what I mean? Like, strangers are not going to know the difference. So anyways, I think that's enough. I think an hour and 10 minutes is long enough on a Saturday for this one. I will have another show on at 7:30, 7 o'clock p.m. live onto YouTube. I will be talking about Fosse Audio, my experience with Fosse Audio. There's my face on camera. Yep, I'm a real human being doing real human stuff. Imagine that. In a world of AI, you still got people doing stuff. So I'll be online again live at 7 p.m. from the desk. Just a quick live. I want to talk about my experiences, follow up with Fosse Audio. I hope that it got posted online for people to follow. Yeah, we did some music today. I got tired and yawned. And yeah, it's an hour and 10. I'll see everybody at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard here on YouTube. maybe tomorrow, maybe later in the week. I don't know what's going on. Toronto Audio Fest is at the end of supporting the channel. Thanks for those who commented. I'll see you later on, friends. Bye.